everyone, and welcome to the Bride Guide 101 with Gemma and Jade here at the wedding room.
Wave.
She always makes me laugh when she does
That's a little wave,
people. And we're at our bridal shop in the wedding rooms in Kidderminster in Worcestershire. So today we are showing you some of our favourite new dresses that have been added to our curve collection. Now our curve collection is for brides that want to celebrate their curves. They've got that beautiful hourglass figure, as you can see beside me here. But also when you're curvier, if you don't feel comfortable about showing your curves off, we're going to show you the best dresses to try on and buy, because they're going to be the ones that give you the most confidence because you feel comfortable. So if you've got problem areas and you want to balance those out, we'll show you the best ways of doing that, because ultimately on your wedding day you want to feel amazing.
Yeah, some brides want to show off their curves, other brides would rather just have, you know, a beautiful top and then more of an A-line skirt and just feel completely comfortable that they're covered up. So these are different options that really work well with curved brides. These dresses have been designed for curved brides in mind, so obviously it's like really enhancing that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and ultimately they're all beautiful dresses anyway, and we'll say, you know, just because, you know, you're not sure about where you want to go with your body shape, and with the next few videos we are doing all about body shapes, aren't they? We're going to show you options for that shape. Don't be pigeonholed into one shape because you think that'll work for you, because you've seen it somewhere. You can explore all different shapes, and so you should, because you won't know until you try these shapes on what's going to work best for you, because you feel comfortable.
I would say 90% of curved brides that come in think they've got to have an A-line, so in at the waist then out.
Yeah.
And actually we sell a lot more like this, which are more fitted.
Yeah.
Because they just don't think they'll look good, but actually they do look really good, because it is about the shape, isn't it?
It is, and you know, I have a lot of conversations with brides and when we're trying dresses on, and I'm like, oh my god, you've got to try a bit of curve on because you've got great curves. And like, I'm really jealous. They've got, you know, that like four here, and I'm like straight down. No,
where's my bum?
I'm like, please try it. And you know, sometimes they go, yeah, I love it, and other times they don't. But the important part of that is that they've tried it. So if we take this dress here for you, it's new in.
Oh my
we
god,
are in
I'm
love.
obsessed.
Yeah,
I'm actually obsessed.
I can't believe we haven't had it on yet.
No.
we took one for the team. We thought we'd put it on the mannequin so we could show you why and how this is working. So this mannequin, we popped it on, and we always joke with this mannequin, she hasn't got curves.
No, she's
square.
She is supposed to be our curved one, but she's like boom. So if she looks like she's got curves, then the dress is doing a lot.
This dress is magic,
yeah.
I would say. And that's for a few reasons. We've got this shape, and the reason it's really shown off this hourglass figure is because the way the lace is worked through. So the way this is doing
I'll
this...
see if you can, I can zoom you in so you
zoom
can see.
Zoom him in, Jen.
Zoom him in.
Because this dress needs to be zoomed in on. You'll see it. Where's she gone?
I forgot how to do it.
So
right, I've zoomed in.
So we've got this, where this lace is doing this, and it's mirrored on this side. And what that's doing to the eye, it's giving shape with the lace and pulling the centre here. So you're elongating your body just by the way the lace is placed on the dress. And I think because we've got a slight nude sand tone to this dress, it's popping the ivory lace on it. So you'll really...
You can really see it, can't you? You can really see it.
The way, basically, all the sparkle on the lace is giving the illusion of this, and the cut is really important as well, because it's coming here on you. It's going to give the best of both worlds. You're not going to be restricted with your movement like fishtail dresses, where you're a bit waddly. This is coming into your thighs, so again, you're really showing those curves off, and then got this beautiful, light, sparkly skirt. If I just move it a little bit, so you can see, I mean, how pretty is that? But all of it is creating this, and you've got support with the straps. Or, this is where you play around a little bit in your appointment, you can have it slightly off the shoulder, which I think
And
is
this
really
works
pretty.
well, doesn't it? Because what your eye does is it sees something wider, so then it makes your waist look smaller, and then obviously the bottom goes back out again. So it's just giving you that shape, isn't it?
Well, I mean, how pretty is it? Got beautiful beadwork. I'm just like stroking her.
Yeah, stop touching her. It's inappropriate. And brides, she will do this to you, so you feel uncomfortable.
I probably so won't. Not unless you tell me I can. But especially with these beadwork, it's really soft as well.
It just looks amazing, doesn't it? It's got it all, and it's a bit more like a dropped waist, isn't it? It's like not quite. I mean, it is fitted, but it doesn't go quite as tight down at the knee.
Yeah, if you think about it, sometimes at the fish shop people feel really restricted. I think it's got a lovely. If I just pull that in there,
Well, it makes your hips look a bit bigger then, doesn't it? Like it does make a difference
here. You are showing your curves off, but you've got freedom of movement, you've got coverage from the lace because it's that little bit thicker. So if you do feel like, oh, I just feel like I'm on show, you won't be because you've got the support. It's lace at back, so you can like, make it fit.
It's really boned, isn't it? And like good sort of structure.
It is beautiful. Yeah. She mine.
She mine!
So our next dress, we've gone for an A-line, so we wanted to show you a different shape. This is obviously a little bit plainer, but there's lots of things that are going on here that you might not realise. So first off, you've got this lovely off the shoulder. We do find sometimes women of all shapes and sizes aren't overly keen on the top of their arms. That seems to be an area that most women don't like. So obviously if you want a bit of coverage, you've got that. And what this is doing, what we mentioned in the last video with the dress that came off if you wanted it off the shoulder, is that again it's taking your eye wider, so it then makes your waist look smaller, and obviously when the skirt goes back out it's the same thing, it's bringing that waist in. You've also got this, what do you call it, pleating.
I wasn't going to help her. I was like,
What's it called?
What are you saying, Jen?
You've got the pleated, which always works. There's another
Yeah.
dress we're going to show you after, which is a slightly different neckline, which we thought for bigger busted might be better. But because if you are larger busted, you might want some sort of straps.
Yeah.
So if you loved this dress, you could have a nice sort of beaded pearl or something like little spaghetti
If you
strap.
just feel like you need that little bit, but it is a higher back more important with this
Yeah.
dress, which is also important if you are bigger busted because your further support your back as well.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to add that little strap, you've got that option as well for you with this dress.
So you've got the pleating that goes to the side, which again draws your eye to a smaller point, and then you've got the belt on it as well. Now, I'm 50-50 with the belt because I do really love the belt, but I also like on a curvier bride a belt that's more sort of finished here.
Yeah.
Because again, what this is doing is it's pulling my eye all the way around, whereas if I've got a belt that's just here, then obviously it sort of brings my eye in again. So these, we can make design changes on this, so it's either here or there.
And it's also important, for saying that, playing around with belts
Yeah.
in your bridal appointment, because if you have got a belt, you know, or you're not sure of it, or it hasn't got a belt, play around with different designs because it will affect how your eye draws into
You can
the
tell
waistline.
straight away when you put a different belt on that works better.
Yeah.
Straight away, it just sort of brings it in.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you, but I
It's a
find
bit
that
sparkle
sometimes.
as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
Sometimes it doesn't. It depends what bride you've got and what body shape you're working with, you know. But I say I quite like it when the belt sort of, where it's fatter in the middle and then goes to a sort of thinner point because it just brings your eye in. But it's light again, so it's quite, although it's A-line, it's not a massive skirt that you've got to carry around. But yeah, it's doing a lot for you, and it's lace up again,
Which
which
is always important, I think, for the appointments as well. To
well, you
get
can get
fitted
it
a little bit better.
sucked in, and then obviously because it's like a built-in corset, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Up next, we thought we'd show the dress. We just spoke about it. So this dress works for every body shape, and that's for a couple of reasons. It's a classic A-line shape, so this is where it comes in your waist and comes out of the skirt. It's got these beautiful pleats here, which are really soft. But again, if your stomach area is a bit of a problem area for you, it gives you a little bit of coverage without being too direct and too obvious. You've got this beautiful pleat work here that comes to a point, and a bit like the last dress we spoke about, that is going to draw your eye here, but slightly higher. So again, this point is really the most...
This is a higher band here as well, isn't it? Like some of them will come a little bit lower, whereas it really does sort of go in at a much more smaller point.
Your smallest point, everyone, will be this point of your body. So, you know, think about your waist, it comes out. So if it comes slightly higher, you'll get the highest point of your waist and obviously the most narrow point of your waist. But because it's coming out with a bigger skirt, it is wider than you are. So it's giving the illusion of a smaller waist because the skirt's bigger. You've got this beautiful neckline, which is classic, it's elegant, it's everything everyone wants because it's a bit more supportive as well. And it's got buttons on the skirt. Now, if ladies that come to the shop, they know my feelings.
I thought
about
when you
buttons.
said "and," I was like, she's definitely going to say pockets.
Yeah.
I mean,
Two
buttons
things.
and pockets.
Buttons and pockets.
Got BPs.
Everything. But again, I just love when dresses are plainer, when less is more, and it's everything. So you've got these buttons on the back that you really notice. Oh, and then Jen brings us a bit of sparkling. So a little bit like we said with the last one about different belts. This dress is perfect to play around with belts and see how you feel about adding everyone a little bit more. But as Gemma said, because this is wider here and it's going narrow here, again, we're giving the illusion of your eyes falling down this way and keeping the illusion of making this the focal point. But because you've got a bigger skirt and about your balance, it's then going to make your waist the smallest point, and it's really
you look here, don't you, rather than here.
going all the way round.
And I mean, obviously, you can go in even more with that. It's just a belt that we've
But
picked.
it's supportive, and like I said, this dress just works for every body shape because it does balance everyone out so nice, and it's like timeless.
I love it. It's a thicker material as well,
Yes.
isn't it? So that skirt really stays a bit stiffer and doesn't
Yeah.
cling to you in any
But
way.
it's still quite a light dress. You haven't got all the... Sometimes with ladies have curves that come in, that if a dress has got a lot of tulle and a lot of skirt, it makes them feel bigger than they are because it is bigger than they
Yeah.
are. There's a lot going on with the skirt, and sometimes keeping your skirt in one fabric is really good about helping you feel your best way, I think.
For such a simple dress, it's stunning, isn't it?
It really
It really
is.
does.
So next up, we've gone for a completely different fabric again, and there's a couple of things that really work with this dress. So this is more of a chiffon. It's really light. If it was perhaps on a broad wedding, but you still want a little bit of coverage. What we love about this is what we spoke about with the last dress, and it's the waist band itself, where your eye's drawn to, being a little bit higher again, so you're going right in at the smaller part, which is obviously what you want. And it's got, could you mind zooming it in?
No.
Zoom it in.
I can zoom in.
She always, it's not matter what I ask, it'll be like, Jade, can you pass my drink? No.
Just say no to us straight away. Where are we?
So basically, you've got 2 lines of beads here, which you perhaps can't see so much.
You can see.
Can you see them?
Yeah.
So this really works because obviously what it's doing is it's drawing my eye to this area and really pulling me in at the waist and showing off my smallest part. You've also got the curves here that come down. So obviously, again, it's giving you that illusion of shape of curves. And then you've got these little appliques of lace that's come. So if you've got a little bit of a tummy that you want to try and cover up a little bit and you don't want it just plain, especially with chiffon, because there's not much movement with that, and it is what it is. It just gives you a little bit more coverage. Back wise, it's a little bit higher as well, but it is still a scoop back. And I don't know if you can see.
I'm going there.
Like the
I'm
train.
there. Look at this train.
I mean, look, and I know it's nothing to do with the curve part, but
We don't need. We
Wow!
want a little bit of gorgeous detailing.
so yeah, I mean, the thing is with this, it's just little bits on a dress that can make a difference. When you start trying them on, you'll very quickly see that what I mean about that with the little.
I can't.
What have you done? Honestly, it's like one job. Oh my god. Are you still there, everybody? So this is our last dress because we just wanted to show you a few. So I think the key points with this really are really try and emphasise the smaller part of your waistband. Look for, if you're going for lace that actually, rather than just being one solid print, that more sort of moves around with your curves and really sort of shows them off. And if you're wearing a belt, play with different belts.
Yes.
To really see what the look is.
And you can play around with necklines as well, because it will, if you're bigger busted, you're going to want to have to play around those a little bit to feel you're most comfortable and to give the illusion of balance more than anything. You know, little spaghetti straps might not be your go-to because you're not going to get any coverage, and it's going to throw your balance out and make you look bigger busted than, you know, when you're looking at you. So you want to keep things quite supportive, because ultimately you're moving around on the day and you don't want to be worrying. So play around with necklines.
You don't want to be doing this all day.
No. And I think you want to play around with shapes, and you want to play around because everyone's so different, and you want to feel your best on your wedding day. So I think next up we're probably going to look at different shapes for petite brides, and I want to put some dresses on.
And then we're going to go for pear shape.
I'm going to play around with it a little bit.
It's all about me.
I don't want to put some dresses on now. So I hope you enjoy the video. As always, if you want us to cover anything, drop us a comment and like and subscribe to the page, Bride Guide 101 with Gemma and Jane.
Thank you, ladies. Bye.
Doing that.
Is this one now? Is this one?